17th place and champions of Europe is just crazy work. And what's next for this absolute travesty of a football club? This is DMAC Daily. Vindication for my GOAT. He really said, I don't usually win things, I always win things in my second year. Big Ange took on the Spurs motto literally and delivered. Like he did in the 90s with South Melbourne, like he did with Brisbane Roar, building Australia's greatest ever team, like he did with the Socceroos winning their first major trophy, like he did with Yokohama in Japan, like he did with Celtic, overturning a 25-point deficit from the previous campaign to win the league, then backing that up with a treble. And in 2025, the latest triumph, Europa League winners at Tottenham freaking Hotspur. Their first title in 17 years, a first European trophy in 41 years, something Conte couldn't do, something Mourinho couldn't do, something Poch couldn't do, but old mate Ange figured out a way. I mean, this storyline was so iconic, even Mo Salah was captivated. Who would have thought that this iteration of Spurs would be the one to break the trophyless cycle? What happens next? Who knows? I mean, this club is objectively nowhere near Champions League level, let's be real here. But this victory could be the catalyst for better days ahead at Spurs. I'm just happy to see Heung-min Son finally lift a trophy after a decade of service and loyalty. He deserves this. Focusing on the match itself, and it was hardly a spectacular watch. Brennan Johnson's scrappy goal was ultimately the difference maker, another player to have overcome immense social media scrutiny this season. But the real stars today were the centre-back pairing of Van de Ven and Romero. The Dutchman's acrobatics to prevent a certain goal were outrageous, and the Argentine, man of the match, 5 finals played, 5 finals won. Shifting gears to United, and oh boy, it is grim. My childhood may have dreamt of this United downfall, but as an adult, I low-key just feel embarrassed for them. I mean, this was Spurs' first clean sheet today since February. Who was their opponent that day? None other than Manchester United. That about sums up the state of this club. Ineos, in their first season of ownership, spent over £200 million, gutted the club internally with redundancies, backed Ten Hag, only to sack him mid-season and replace with a manager whose tactical profile was diametrically opposed to the Dutchman. United have since fallen from 8th to 16th in the league, gone trophyless, their academy sensation has become a bench warmer. What is going on? Now, should Amorim be held entirely responsible for this mess? No. There are problems wherever you look at this institution, but I also don't think Amorim's future at the club is really salvageable at this point. He's lost 14 of 26 Premier League games with a lower points per game ratio than Paul Jewell, who managed 24 winless games with Derby County. Amorim also oversaw their exit in all of this season's cup competitions. It's been a total failure. That being said, I'm hesitant to make a sincere judgment on Amorim's abilities, because this club is a total graveyard for aspiring managers and players. Look at McTominay, deemed not good enough at United, now carrying Napoli towards a Scudetto. Antony, the worst signing in the club's history apparently, instantly lighting up La Liga with Betis. Rashford appears revitalized at Villa. Alvaro Carreras, he couldn't even get a game here. Now he's suddenly one of Europe's best young fullbacks. Amorim was one of Europe's brightest managers at Sporting. This club is legit cursed. The only potential solace of this entire mess is that at least next season, United can solely focus on domestic football. They were never equipped to handle UCL in the first place. Perhaps a step backwards could be beneficial long term. But anyways, that's all for DMAC Daily. See you tomorrow.